This is Grind Diaries. This is where we tell the business hustle stories of those who didn't win because they were lucky, connected, or born brilliant, but because they were simply too stubborn, too focused, and too resilient to ever quit. Today, we open the diary of a man who was turned down by over 200 investors, who was rejected by his own employers, and who went from a poverty-stricken New York housing project to building a global empire that defined a new kind of third place on Earth. His name is Howard Schultz. One day, this same man would make one of the most shocking decisions in modern business history. He would shut down every single Starbucks store in the United States. Thousands of stores. Locked doors. No coffee sold that day. Not because the company was failing, but because he believed something far more important was at risk. But that moment was still decades away. Because this story didn't start in a boardroom. It started in a struggling Brooklyn apartment. Howard wasn't born with a coffee-stained silver spoon. Born in 1953 in Brooklyn, New York, his life was defined by the relentless struggle of public housing. He lived in a neighborhood where the idea of success was an impossible fiction. His father was a truck driver, constantly battling to keep a job, providing a meager existence that kept the family hovering just above the line of destitution. When Howard was just 7 years old, his father broke his ankle at work. There was no health insurance, no workers' compensation, just bills, pain, and absolute humiliation. That moment wasn't just a childhood memory, it was the foundational trauma that would eventually build a $100 billion company. He promised himself then and there that he would one day build a company where people were treated with respect and dignity, even the ones wearing the apron. He wasn't a genius. He's the first to admit that. He said, "I'm not a genius. I'm just someone who's been able to see around corners and stay with it when others gave up." For Howard, college was not a choice. It was an escape route earned through a football scholarship.